I get to do sort of these bat echolocation noises, I'm kind of like a bad opera singer. It's kind of like this.
First introduction to Monster High, I remember being a very, very young child seeing the backpacks at school. So that was my very first introduction, and being in the stores, seeing all of the apparel and the dolls and things like that. That was my very first introduction. That's my first memory of Clawdeen.
For me, exactly the same. Just seeing the merch everywhere, everything was so cute, and it was very trendy. I feel like all the cool kids had Monster High stuff.
I would say it's a blessing to be a part of something that means so much to so many people, especially saying that this is a franchise that has dolls and all of the merchandise associated with it, because these are things, and I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this, these are things that kids are going to be able to have in their hands and also see on screen. That's something that I think I've always wanted for a long time in my career, is to be able to have a character that not only is influential on screen, but will be a part of somebody's playset or go with them to school. So I think that's really, really amazing to be a part of.
Yes, and to piggyback off of that, Monster High is such a show about being authentic to yourself. It's a very inclusive, diverse show all about community, and not only will these children be able to have these dolls in their hands, but these dolls are really reflective of the world we live in. They're from all different backgrounds. There's neurodiversity, limb, body diversity, there's diversity in orientation, and just so the fact that these kids will have something that they can identify with is really beautiful.
Well, what's funny is that during my audition process, I actually didn't know much about the physical series as far as their voices and their personalities. So I watched a few clips, but I didn't want to get tied down to what was, because there is this new rebranded aspect. This is the same but new, if that makes sense. So as far as my voice, it's my own voice, but just very heightened, because Clawdeen is very excited about Monster High and excited about all of this new world that she's discovered. So it's my voice, but just with a little bit of howling, a little bit of growling, and much more excited.
I would say for me, it's just about the same. I like to describe Draculaura's voice as my voice just after a couple cups of coffee, you know, everything is just heightened. And for her, instead of the growling and the howling, she's a vampire. She can turn into a bat. So I get to do sort of these bat echolocation noises, I'm kind of like a bad opera singer. It's kind of like this. She does her echolocation.
My character specifically, I'm really excited for them to see the journey that Clawdeen embarks on throughout this series, and just in this season specifically, she is trying to find her mom, and that's a really instrumental piece of her that she's missing, and I think a lot of kids are really going to resonate with how resilient she is and how fierce she is and how loyal she is to her friends and how she sticks up for what she believes in. So I'm excited for people to see Clawdeen's personality and how she fights for her friends and what she believes in as well.
Yes, and for Draculaura, her arc is all about discovering who she is and who she wants to be. She is a vampire, the daughter of Dracula. She comes from a very long, respected line of monsters. And here she is trying to do witchcraft, which is very taboo in monster society. And she's trying to balance her individual characteristics and learning who she is with the tradition of her family.
Ooh,
this is a good one.
What monster would we want to talk to? I would want to talk to Deuce. Because Deuce has like so many different personalities. It's not just him. You have all of the different snakes. I think that would be so cool to talk to Deuce.
I think it'd be really cool to talk to Laguna. I think she has a great fashion sense, and I just love that she is so fierce and so cute at the same time.
They should tune in to Monster High, because it's a series about inclusivity and diversity, and it's something that this world really needs right now. And not only are we showing inclusion and diversity within the characters, we're also showing authentic stories, which I think are really going to be relatable to kids and families who are watching at home.
Absolutely. I think the authenticity is the most important aspect. People really connect to things that they can identify with, and so we get to bring these stories to life and hope that people can see themselves in these characters and learn that it's okay to be yourself, it's okay to be authentic. You are going to be loved for who you are.
I love this school! Everyone's welcome at Monster High. The spectacular new series premieres Friday, October 28th at 7. Hey, Dad! Dad, you're on mute.
I'll be there soon, Bat! Out!